What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, over the recent decades, I guess, we've seen a rapid decline in parenting. And, it's hard being a parent. Doesn't have any instruction manual with it, and you learn as you go. But there's some people out here that are just breeders and not real mothers or fathers. And seem like nowadays it's very easy for somebody to open their legs without a plan, without opening their heart or having empathy for those that they bring forth into the world, and leave them in such dire conditions where a lot of times they die. Story I'm talking about today is this woman up here. I'd show her the flowers immediately. This woman right here has no empathy or heart at all for her own damn children. Enter Tanisha Ann Eccles of Indiana. I think it's Indianapolis. Shout out Indy. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is locked up right now after getting a slap on the wrist in 2023 after abandoning her kids in a case that's similar to the Pontiac mom that we've been talking about, Miss Bryan out there, that left her kids for 5 years. This woman did something, but it wasn't that long. But the ages of the children that she left uncared for is astonishing me. These children survived. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you see this video, and I'm going to come back and read you this small article, and try not to have your blood boiling, because I can't believe nowadays women, a lot of women, not all, a lot of women are just doing this. They're like going out, abandoning their children and living their best life when they got a lot more to work on, inside the house than out. Take a look at this. This is awful.
First, an Indianapolis mother is in jail tonight accused of child neglect, and officials say it is not the first time. Thanks for joining us at 4:30. I'm Aaliyah Blackburn.
And I'm Rafael Sanchez. Fox 59's Jesse Wells explains the suspect was already on probation when police were called to investigate a new case this week.
The suspect's own mother told me she's not surprised her daughter ended up back here in court in Marion County accused of child neglect because the suspect got a slap on the wrist and put on probation for a previous child neglect case 2 years ago. The suspect's mother hopes parents everywhere learn a lesson from this story. At this apartment complex along Troy Avenue, an 8-year-old girl called her grandmother crying and saying she'd been left home alone for most of the last 2 weeks looking after her 3 younger siblings, including a 4-month-old. According to this affidavit, the girl's grandmother then called police, who found the home littered with food and trash and no sheets on the beds, leading to the arrest of 27-year-old Tanisha Eccles for child neglect. At the time of her arrest, Eccles was on probation after her 6-month-old daughter died from blunt force injuries at her home here on Renton Street in 2019. Eccles was initially charged with neglect resulting in death, but later pleaded guilty to neglect resulting in injury in 2023. Judge Jennifer Prince Harrison sentenced Eccles to 2 years of home detention and 2 years of probation, but allowed her to avoid prison time for her daughter's death.
And I think it just goes to highlight that this is one more example of a larger issue that continues to swirl within the city.
Indy FOP President Rick Snyder says the case illustrates how the revolving door of justice, especially involving cases with children, puts other kids in danger.
We are failing to take these issues of child abuse and neglect seriously within Marion County.
While the suspect's mother initially sat down and talked to me about the case, she later requested we not air that interview. Still, she encouraged everyone to do what she did at these apartments this week and call police if they suspect child neglect or abuse is taking place, even if it involves their own family. Finally, the suspect is temporarily being held without bond. She's due in court for an initial hearing on Friday. In the meantime, prosecutors are seeking to revoke her probation. Jesse Wells, Fox 59 News.
Okay, guys, I'm going to read you this small article on law and crime. Law and crime news articles be having a lot of stuff the news don't cover. And this story right here, this case, is way worse than, it sounded on that thing. And on top of that, the first time she got in trouble, one of her babies died And they gave her a break and only gave her 2 years probation. Now, I'm going to show you something. It reads as follows. A 27-year-old mother in Indiana already on probation in connection with the death of her 6-month-old daughter. Remember the age of that baby, guys, 6 months old, who died in 2019, right? As a result of neglect, has been arrested again, this time for allegedly leaving her 4 young children home alone for the better part of 2 weeks, right? Now, she has 4 children. 1 died in 2019. Tanisha Ann Eccles was taken into custody on Monday and charged with multiple new counts of child neglect, records show. According to the probable cause affidavit, police at around 9:15 p.m. on Sunday night responded to an apartment complex on Troy Avenue in regards to a call from Eccles' mother, who said she had received a disturbing call from her 8-year-old granddaughter. The girl was crying because she said she's been left alone with her 3 younger siblings, ages 6, 2, and 4 months old, and had barely seen her mother for the last 2 weeks. Upon arriving at the address, police said the door was unlocked and there were partially eaten food and trash all over the floor. The children's beds were bare mattresses, and it appeared as though an adult hadn't been around in days. The 8-year-old told police that Eccles typically leaves her alone to care for the other children, including the infant. The children attempted to call her mother several times. The child attempted to call her mother several times, but Eccles did not answer the phone, the affidavit said. Police were able to get in touch with Eccles, who arrived at the apartment around 10 o'clock p.m., claiming that she had just gone out briefly to get medicine for one of the kids. She was handcuffed and read her Miranda rights, then subsequently agreed to speak with detectives. Asked how long she'd been gone, Eccles said about 20 minutes. Police noted the time itself didn't make sense based on the fact that provided by the grandmother and the 8-year-old child. When confronted with her daughter's claims, Eccles allegedly admitted that she had been out all day and usually leaves the kids home alone with the 8-year-old at times because she doesn't feel like dragging them all out of the house at once. Asked whether she thought it was safe to leave an 8-year-old in charge of a 4-month-old, police said Eccles gave no reply. Eccles told officers that most members of her family were blocked from calling her because she did not want to argue with them about her sexuality. The children were removed from the house and placed in the custody of their grandmother. At the time of Eccles' arrest, she was still on probation. Watch closely, listen closely, for the December 2019 death of her infant daughter, Daria, who died of multiple blunt force injuries. It says an autopsy showed that the infant, listen to this, infant suffered multiple skull fractures, a large burn on her arm, fractures to her tibia as well as her ribs. Daria's death was ruled a homicide. Eccles in July of 2023 pleaded guilty to 1 count of neglect of a dependent resulting in serious bodily injury. In a controversial decision that went against the recommendation of prosecutors, Judge Jennifer Harrison handed down a lenient sentence that included 2 years of home detention, followed by 2 years of probation and no time in prison. You killed your baby, beat it to death, and you only got house arrest for 2 years. And you wasn't in the house because you're still on house arrest. The latest neglect charges against Eccles violated her probation, leading a judge to order that she be held in pre-trial detention without bond until her next court appearance on July 8th. What's fucking with that? What's messing with that? You left an 8-year-old to watch a 6-year-old, to watch a 4-month-old, and they got a 5-year-old too. How many? There's a lot of kids up here. Let me go back. Anyway, I turned it off. It's a lot of kids, and they're young, and you out there running the street. F them kids. You living your best life. And there's always somebody in the justice system, whether it's a judge or whoever, that gives these dumbass sentences, and people don't learn nothing, and they go right back out, and they remember the last time they was in trouble and think nothing's going to happen. You left babies home, a 4-month-old baby, and you got an 8-year-old watching it. Grown-ups lose their mind with 4-month-old babies and kill them. And you put that on a little girl, 8 years old. You put that on her. I wouldn't let my daughter watch a puppy for 2 weeks, let alone herself. This is what we're dealing with nowadays. People have kids, don't have no plan for them. I didn't feel like taking them all out at one time. So that's worth something happening again to get your dumb ass back in trouble like it is already. People like this are walking children in adult bodies. You out there for fucking 2 weeks. The fuck was your big ass doing? Digging for truffles? It makes no sense. You got a 4-month-old baby that just fell out of your damn womb 5 moons ago, and this is what you doing? This is what you doing. You don't think we have problems out here? That's sickening. Beyond sickening. And ask her, she ain't do nothing wrong. Came back, told a lie like it was nothing. Oh, I was gone 20 minutes. I want to get medicine for my kids. Because you already know an excuse of why you do something. As long as it's a sacrifice, a bad decision, as long as it's for the kids, it'll help you. But it wasn't. It was for you. It was for you. Don't understand this. I ain't trying to understand it. That right there is all about being selfish and wanting to break from the reality that you put yourself in. Bunch of kids. How you got a baby that's months old with multiple skull fractures, a burnt arm, and all this other stuff, and y'all let her out? You let her out. This is what we dealing with the justice system. This is what we dealing with. Then we wonder why crime is so fucked up, because motherfuckers don't learn shit. If it was up to me, she wouldn't see another sunrise. You know what I'm saying? And then you can bring up, oh, she got kids all she wants. She ain't no mom. Them kids better off without her. They are. Because she obviously thought she was better off without them. That's why she hit the goddamn street and left them to fend for their damn self. Tragic. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Asked her about her family. Oh, they don't fuck with me because of my sexuality. You got 4 motherfucking kids. Now all of a sudden you don't know what side of the fence you on? Them people could have took care of that baby, but you didn't give a fuck. You was out there in the street doing you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.